Well guys, it finally happened. Got my first speeding ticket. What's up guys, Riley here from RP Productions, and today, I knew this video would probably happen eventually. I just didn't think it would happen this way. So yesterday, as the title suggests, I got pulled over, got my first speeding ticket, and it's kind of a bunch of BS how it all happened, but this video is going to be explaining what happened and kind of going through just the whole sequence of events and explaining my side of the story and why this is a load of crap and just kind of a waste of my time. So I know what you're probably wondering, Riley, how fast were you going in that bright, loud, fast purple car of yours? And what were you doing? What kind of crazy, reckless thing were you doing in your car? Well, I wasn't doing a damn thing in my car. My car was parked at home in the garage, and I got pulled over in my father's F-150. So yes, that's right, I daily drive a 500 horsepower, bright purple, muffler deleted, loud, fast car, and I still haven't got any issues with this. I didn't have any issues with my previous Charger, which was still a 400 horsepower Dodge Loud Charger. No problems with either of those, but the one time I'm driving my father's truck in some small town in Central Texas, I get pulled over for speeding. So yesterday, which was Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, I was out in Central Texas. I was floating the river with my girlfriend and a few of her friends, and we were all just having a great time. We floated the river on Saturday, and then Sunday we had planned to drive back. Well, a couple of her friends decided they wanted to go and, I guess, float the river again or whatever, and one of them, or several of them, were gonna stay an extra night, and then one of them was like, hey, would you mind giving me a ride back on Sunday? Our hotel room was really close to where the river was, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can come pick you up and take you back to Houston. That was a big mistake. So to make a long story short, I went and picked up one of my girlfriend's good friends from the river and was just kind of, you know, trying to be a nice guy and give her a ride home. You know, there was supposed to be nothing to it. So as I'm leaving, we're going down this hill. I'm going in a big group of traffic. There's probably 6 cars around me, and I'm in, like I said, my dad's silver truck. Here's a picture of it. I'm in the left, it's a 4-lane road, so I'm in the left lane, and I'm just kind of cruising, going down a hill with a flow of traffic. I mean, like I said, 6 or 7 cars probably surrounding me, just, you know, doing my own thing. And I'm going down this hill with my foot just kind of resting on the gas pedal, just, you know, not accelerating and just kind of cruising down the hill. I'm trying to look at my phone to figure out how to get the hell out of this town, and just try to navigate us out of there. So as I'm going down this hill, I'm going, like I said, with the flow of traffic. Nobody's going fast. It's just kind of like this big little bunch of cars. We're just cruising down this hill, and I see a red car parked kind of like at an exit of like a neighborhood at the bottom of this hill. And I was like, oh, okay, just a red car waiting to pull out, whatever. And I looked down at my speedometer and it says I'm doing 36 miles per hour. And I was like, all right, well, this whole group of cars is doing 36 miles per hour. I was like, I assume the speed limit's probably 35 on this road, at minimum 30, but probably 30, 35, maybe even 40 on this road. So I was like, I'm good. I mean, everybody's doing the same thing, totally fine. Didn't think anything of it. Turns out, this red car was pretty much an undercover cop car. I mean, it didn't have the light bar on top, and all the lights were on the inside and stuff like that. So as I'm passing him, I kind of make eye contact with the driver, the cop, and turns out that red car was a police car, and they come flying out of this little neighborhood into traffic. So it already starts off as me sitting in my mirror going, oh wow, they almost just hit a bunch of people, you know, watching all this unfold in my rearview mirror. And I was like, that's crazy. At this point, I'm still oblivious. I'm like, I'm not getting pulled over. I was doing 36. Well, they turn their lights on and they get right on my ass. And I was like, oh, nice. So I get in the right lane, they follow. I was like, cool, I'm getting pulled over right now. Awesome. So I pull over, and guy walks up to the door. He's like, I'm Deputy so-and-so with so-and-so police department. You know why I pulled you over today? I was like, no, sir, I do not. He's like, okay, well, as you're going down that hill back there, I clocked you at going 44 miles per hour. I looked at him and I was like, 44? He's like, yes, sir. I was like, there's no way I was doing 44. I was going with the flow of traffic, and I looked down at my speedometer before I even saw you, and I was doing 36 miles per hour. And he says, well, sir, the radar gun doesn't lie. It said you were doing 44 miles per hour. And I just kind of like sat there and I was speechless. I was like, there's no way in hell I was doing 44 miles per hour in this truck going down a hill. Like, it's not possible at all. So at this point, I'm pretty pissed off, and I was like, really? 44? There's no way. And so he's like, I've already ran your plates, and I've already seen that your insurance is good and up to date. All I need to see is your license. I was like, well, that's weird. I was like, okay. So I hand him my license, and he looks at it, and he's like, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Houston. I was like, I just picked up one of my girlfriend's friends. She's in the back seat. She was down here at the river. I was just trying to be nice, come pick her up, and we're just trying to get out of here and go back home. So he looked at the ID again. He's like, oh, so this address is from Houston? And I was like, yes, sir. He's like, okay, I'll be back. I was like, great. So he goes back there, sure enough, writes me a ticket, comes back. I already see him with the ticket in hand, and I was like, great, I'm getting a ticket right now. He's like, well, got you going 44 to 30, so here's your ticket, here's your ID. You suck, have a shitty day. So at that point, there was absolutely no way I was getting out of that ticket. His mind was made up before he even pulled me over that I was getting a ticket. You know, for starters, there's no way in hell I was doing 44 miles per hour down this road. That's just impossible. Second, it's just a bunch of BS that he picked my car out of this whole group. Reason probably being is my dad's truck has a big like chrome grille at the front that's very reflective and probably attracts a lot of attention. You know, when you first glance at it, the sun's beaming on it. You know, that's probably the first thing you'll notice is this, you know, big silver truck coming down the road as compared to a bunch of just normal looking cars. So that's probably why I got picked out of the bunch. You know, did he actually laser me at 44 miles per hour? There's absolutely no way. So either A, he, you know, made that up, or B, he lasered some other vehicle and pulled me over by mistake, I suppose. But at this point, you know, I don't really know how to fight that. It also sealed the deal for him once I told him I was from Houston. He knew I was 3 hours away. He knew I wasn't gonna drive back to this small, shitty town in the middle of Texas to go to court and get a lawyer and try to fight it in court and blah, blah, blah. He knew, he was like, oh, perfect. I can make some money for my shitty town. This is golden. So I was getting a ticket regardless of what happened. I mean, like I said, I've never been pulled over before. I really am well behaved. I really am a good driver. And just, you know, like I said, I got pulled over for literally going the speed of traffic. I mean, I don't know. So since this is my first time ever being pulled over, thankfully I should be able to do defensive driving, which is basically you take a 6-hour online class that basically tells you wear your seatbelt, don't speed, and, you know, ask you basic questions of the road. I should be able to do that 6-hour class and, you know, have it all settled. The only downside to that is I have to pay $100 in court fees, $25 for the online driving course, and then another like $15 to get my driving record sent back to this court. So all in all, I'm looking at somewhere between 150, 160 bucks for this. Now, if I went and just paid the ticket outright, it would be $195, and then of course my insurance would go up as well. So, you know, anyway I look at it, it's a pretty shitty ordeal. I mean, it's so stupid how all this happened, and I was just like, come on. And I had already ran into a bunch of other, I guess, issues, not issues, but a bunch of other things had gone wrong on this trip, and I was like, oh, perfect, just one more thing to add to everything else that had gone wrong. So I know a lot of people nowadays are like, oh, I hate cops and blah, blah, blah. And you know, I have a lot of people close to me that were cops, or I know cops, and you know, generally my viewpoint on them is a lot of them are really good guys, and they're just out there, you know, to protect the public and stuff like that. But what pisses me off is I was pulled over for the dangers of driving the same speed as a crowd. Now, let's put this into perspective. Let's say I was actually going 44 miles per hour with the flow of traffic. Now, if it's a 30 miles per hour zone, if I was doing 30 miles per hour in, you know, left or right lane, at that point, I'm impeding traffic, and that's even more of a hazard than going the, you know, speed as everybody else. So I just think it's total BS when you know, a lot of people get pulled over driving. I was driving with the flow of traffic. That happens all the time. And I think it's so stupid that you can get pulled over for that, because it's like, you know, you drive fast, you're gonna get pulled over for speeding. You drive slow, you're either gonna cause a wreck, have people shooting the middle finger at you, or, you know, it just sucks. So I'm all for cops, you know, pulling people over that are doing stupid shit while driving, or, you know, protecting, you know, actual crime. But the cops that are sitting out there just to make some money for their small county or city or whatever, that just pull people over just to find every little thing wrong with their vehicle or whatever they did. For example, the whole Texas requires a front license plate thing. If I ever get pulled over for not having my front license plate on, that'll drive me crazy. It's stupid stuff like that shouldn't matter. For example, driving with the flow of traffic, but apparently in the eyes of the law, it does matter, and now I'm sitting here having to pay for it. So at this point, my option, like I said, was either pay the ticket outright, do the whole defensive driving thing, which I guess I have to contact the court and get something in writing that says I'm allowed to do it that way or whatever. I still have to look into a whole bunch of stuff. I wish it was very simple. They should just have it like, press this button, defensive driving has now started. Congratulations, you're on your road to recovery. But it's not like that at all. It's, you know, a total headache, and oh, they made it way too difficult. Or lastly, like I said, I could go there in person and have a lawyer with me and present my case and blah, 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 and try to get the charges dropped. But this place is 3 hours away, so that'd be 3 hours there, 3 hours back, plus the time spent there. I mean, that'd be a full day of basically driving and arguing with some judge or the cop or whatever. And quite honestly, I just don't have the patience for that. I think it's just one of those things where I'm just gonna go with it and be like, you know what, whatever, I'll get this stuff taken care of and out of the way and just put it behind me. But you can bet your ass, if this happened in Houston, I would definitely be going to court and fighting this in court. But like I said, I don't want to drive all the way over there. I daily drive a 500 horsepower car, and I get pulled over in just, you know, a basic silver F-150 for going the speed of traffic, and that just pisses me off. It's one of those things, you know, it could happen to anyone. It really could happen to anyone. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, my luck, cool, thanks. A few other things to note. On the ticket itself, there's a blank there for where they could put the license plate number. My license plate number is not even there, which makes me think he didn't even run the plates. He just walked up, took the license, and gave me a ticket. So that part's a little weird and kind of confusing. I don't know why he would say, I ran your insurance and plates or whatever, and that's all fine, just give me your license. I think that's a little strange. I also think it's stupid that he was in some red car that was undercover, and, you know, that's just, it's so stupid. And also the fact that this guy, you know, when he came up to talk to me, he's literally RoboCop, like absolutely zero personality. The guy was just out there wanting to make some money for his county, and he just was not in a good mood that day, and after that, I wasn't either. Also, one last thing to note, I didn't have a radar detector since I wasn't in my car. Probably should have brought it with me, but didn't have it, and, you know, like, get busted for not having it. Even though, if I did have the radar detector, and I was, you know, getting lasered or whatever by a car, I probably still would have been driving the exact same speed. I mean, at that point, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, which, to this date, I will still say I wasn't. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit more positive and uplifting, but I just had to share this experience and story with you guys, and, you know, I think it's just really stupid, so nothing I can do about it now. Just, oh well. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.